the men who built America were not politicians. They were businessmen.
Yeah.
But I'm curious. I mean, in terms of the uniparty establishment machine, man, Elon Musk is running afoul. But it shows the decay of the uniparty power in that Elon Musk openly defies them, does not allow them to wage war using his infrastructure. This is unprecedented. If you look at Twitter before Elon, they gleefully gave the government anything they wanted. It kind of, I'm optimistic, man.
He's making me into a bigger fan.
Social media was part of the CIA.
I'm looking at a restoration of true American values of decentralization of power. And for the longest time, we had an authoritarian uniparty that did whatever it wanted, regardless of the Constitution. Now, you look at all of their devices, you look at the activist base, you look at the narrative machine, and they're failing across the board. People tweeting about how the ADL no longer has any power. They say, all these people who are criticizing us are white supremacists, and everyone laughs. No one cares anymore. They have been defanged.
It's kind of like the uniparty. When two uniparties go at it, it creates an opportunity for a revolution. That's what happened with
two uniparties.
Yeah,
We don't need a revolution. Revolution's a bad word.
What happened with the American founding fathers is that there was a uniparty of the Brits and there was the uniparty of the French.
No, that is completely.
And they went at each other, and the result was a liberation.
They were totally different countries, though.
Yeah, they were like two separate. Like they were monarch. They were monarch. They were literal uniparties. And now we have the American uniparty, the liberal economic order, and the Chinese Rus liberal, or not liberal, but it's a uniparty.
I see what you're saying, but
and they're clashing in Ukraine. So now there's an opportunity for businessmen to step in and create something new.
I see what you are saying, like the unilateral rule of the United States clashing with other authoritarians, but Russia may be aligned with China and BRICS and everything, but when you get to the global scale, it's not a uniparty. There's greater conflict between nations.
I suppose the CCP's uniparty and the British...
Uniparty refers to, in the United States, the Democrats and Republicans that are secretly aligned and pretend to be opposed to each other.
Yeah, well, the Chinese Communist Party is literally a uniparty that runs that country.
But the United States and China are not aligned, so it's not a global uniparty. It's
it's two uniparties going at each other. So that's why I think it's an opportunity for the private sector to be like, while you guys quibble, we're going to create something functional. And you see Elon doing it in real time.
Maybe we should call it in the United States the former uniparty because they've lost too much power at this point. You know, look, I know that they're arresting and charging people and all that stuff, but they're really failing at it every step of the way. Their ability to influence is weakening drastically.
I just
every
watched
week.
Mehdi Hassan interview Vivek Ramaswamy, and there's lag. It's MSNBC 2023, and they still have lag in their video conference.
Well, it's always been the case.
Yo, bro, it has. I use Zoom, there's no lag. I use Skype, there's no lag. What the hell infrastructure is this archaic dinosaur of a media monolith using that there's still freaking lag and they can't have a...
Sometimes they can't even figure out stereo and mono.
Do you guys
hear it in one ear and
Do you guys remember when CNN did the satellite interview from the same parking lot?
Yeah.
Two people in the same parking lot, and they did a satellite interview as if they were different places.
So the reason I brought up lag and MSNBC is because I think that's just evidence of what you're saying, that the uniparty function is crumbling. They're just so behind the times.
Oh, the ratings are in the gutter. Their influence is down, is almost gone. The fact that Elon bought Twitter and turned it into X is a huge example of this. They were using Twitter as a weapon to spy on people, to control and to influence, and now they've lost it. It's remarkable how much they keep losing, which is why they're getting desperate and trying to remove Trump from the ballot and have him arrested, because they know they're losing.
I'd like for the American government to win. I don't know if there's just one government.
Oh, no.
I'd like for the American people to win.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm on that team. You know what? I will say that we're winning. The American people are winning when Assange is freed. When we have Edward Snowden back in the U.S. without fear of him going to jail for a long time. When people like Ross Ulbricht are free. I hear what you're saying and I want to believe it, but we're not there quite yet. We just sentenced a man to 22 years in prison, to Enrique Tarrio, which I don't agree with him, necessarily, but what did he do? He wasn't even in the Capitol building. What are we doing here?
Agreement is entirely irrelevant. I'm not trying
absolutely.
to even discuss whether or not you agree actually blunts the point. It doesn't matter.
It does not matter. However, internet people will then be like, oh my God, you're a fan. I mean, I was already called, during my campaign, I took a picture with somebody and they were like,
revel in their contempt. Welcome their contempt.
I
Work
do.
for it.
Absolutely.